Hey, what's up, my people? How you doing? This is Dalton, and of course, this is my YouTube channel, Dalton My World. And today, we're gonna do a story time. All right, that's right. We're gonna do ourselves a story time. Let me get myself comfortable. Got my Starbucks coffee, breakfast blend. Everybody ain't lucky, baby. Anyway, today we're gonna do a story time. All right, and this story time it's gonna be getting personal. This story time is about my first time. That's right. Or should I call this adult story time? My first time. All right. Now, when I was younger, okay, I'm my my mother is an ordained preacher. To get that out of the way, so when your mom's an ordained preacher, you go either one way or the other. You know, you become a wild child, or you take it seriously within your soul, and you don't want to do anything to upset the apple cart or upset your mom or anything like that. Okay, so I was the other. I was not the wild child. Okay, and I was, let's see, I was a virgin until I was like 18. I was planning on staying a virgin until I got married because it was the religious and right thing to do. I felt all right, and I was dead serious about it. I mean, when I was younger, I used to fast all the time, pray. You know, I was deeply into the religious aspect of my spirituality, and I was a non-denominational Christian. Okay, and I always liked the non-denominational because it wasn't handcuffed like some of the more, you know, orthodox types of religions. But on with the show. Okay, so now you understand how it was. I was young, and I met this beautiful black woman. You know, nice figure, and we got to talking, and I opened myself up to her and let her know, yeah, I'm a virgin. I haven't done anything, you know. So I guess she said to herself, virgin, hmm, you know. So we were talking all the time over the phone, okay, and she was older than me, and I'm just like really getting into her, you know. And then one day she's like, you know what? Let's meet up. You know, we met once or twice before. Let's meet up. So we had this old Chrysler, okay, old antique Chrysler, uh, and drove. I mean, it was antique, but it was nice. I loved it. I drove it, picked her up, showed me where to pick her up. I picked her up, and I wanted to tell you how naive I was. So we go talking and everything, and I think we went to like the park or some. It was some empty place. I remember that, and we're talking and getting to know each other even better, and start kissing and everything. And then I let her know, well, I've never done anything before. She's like, oh, okay. So we end up going and getting in the back seat. You know, I'm young, and that's what you do. You got a nice back seat. You get in the back seat. End up going in at the back seat. So I'm up here. Okay, there's a rumor. I don't know if women know that they say that once you have sex, you grow a mustache. Seriously, you start growing facial hair. Shows that you're a man. Honest to God. And so, I'm back there and I'm going at it. And I was like, whew. And I mean, I want you to understand, I was power driving for a good 3 or 5 minutes. Gotta understand, I don't know what I'm doing, right? So I move myself. I see this big red spot on her, big red bruise spot on her thigh, in her thigh. And I'm just like, ah. And she's like, uh, uh, are you finished? I'm like, oh yeah, whoo. And I was like, was it good for you? And she's like, yeah, it was good for me. I know now she was lying, right? So, so we get, so get dressed, get into the front seat, and I literally looked in the mirror. Shit, there was any hair growing on my lip, right? I know. So I call her the next day, of course, and talk to her, and she tells me, and I want you to understand, she's my first love. I'm falling in love with this woman, and I'm feeling like I'm losing my virginity to her, man. And she calls me and tells me that she's moving to a lab. I mean, I called her and she tells me, yeah, I have some bad news. And I was like, what's that? She goes, I'm moving to Alaska. And I'm up here trying to say, well, is there any way I can help you? Any way I can convince you not to go? And I'm in tears, trying to hold back tears and everything. No, no, I'm moving. This is the last time we're gonna talk to each other. I'm like, okay. So I cried, literally cried. I'm talking about boohoo cried for 3 days straight. For 3 days, off and on, of course, but I cried for 3 days. Heart's broken, you know, love of my life, and it's moving to Alaska, and I'll never see it again. Person I lost my virginity to, and so this is a true story. So I'm crying for like 3 days, and then I remember, all right, so okay, I'm like a senior now. Okay, um, I'm 18. You know, I'm driving. I'm driving to school this one particular day, and I haven't looked over, and there she is in this car, right? And I'm like, oh my God, it's a miracle. She decided not to go. So just as I'm driving over, I'm driving, and I'm slowing up, and then I pull in the parking lot, and I'm gonna go walk across the street and talk to her. So I pull in the parking lot. I'm sitting in the car, and I realize there's a man by her in the car. And then I focus in the back seat, and there's 5 kids. They look like her. So it's amazing. Like it's amazing when you're down and you're out, and you're trying to get yourself back up from a bad experience. Somehow the wind comes and knocks that good leg right off and you put you back down. Okay. So I'm just like, oh my God. She's married and she has 5 kids. She never loved me. She once she heard I was a virgin, I guess she wanted to break, right? So brokenhearted, I end up let's see. I end up, trying to heal myself emotionally. And then I end up going to the prom by myself. I was always kind of an introvert. I could talk to anybody, but I was always very private. Going to prom by myself. And then there was this beautiful young black lady, young lady there. She was at the prom by herself. And the night was getting on. There was almost nobody there. you know, I understood how it feels to be different, because she had a slight handicap, okay, like a limp. So sometimes the guys would walk around her to go to other girls because they knew she had a slight handicap. That didn't bother me. And she was a beautiful, beautiful black woman. Well, young lady. You know, we were in high school. And this was after that experience, like months after that experience. I'm kind of trying to get back on my heels. And I remember uh, I went up to her, we slow danced, and then we spent the rest of the, uh, prom night together. Okay. And I had a quick, real quick sexual experience with her. All right. But it was like, of course, protected, but it was, I mean, it was so quick. It was, you know, 'cause I really didn't know what I was doing, you know, because I realized with her, she had to show me where it was, because then once she showed me where it was, I realized with the first woman, I never even had sex with her. I was actually banging the hell out of her thigh. So I'm still experiencing. So later on, when my heart's a little bit more healed, I then met um, a young lady named Carol, and Carol remind me of Marilyn Monroe. I swear to God, she looks just like Marilyn Monroe, a shorter version of Marilyn Monroe. And Carol was blonde, blue eyed, but she didn't see color. She had a heart of gold. Okay, and first time me and Carol was actually intimate because I fell in love with Carol. We talked for a long time. She understood what happened for the first with the first person I fell in love with, and she was gentle with me emotionally, and she showed me really what to do the first time. And I'm like, oh, that's why people like this. I'm like, oh yeah, okay. Ding, I get it now. This ain't bad. I dated a girl for a long time. I dated her. I mean, it was a pretty decent relationship. I dated her for almost about 2 years, I believe it was. We went through a lot of thick and thin together. Uh, but that is my story time, and that is my story time of my first time. I wanted to share it with y'all. All right, and please hit that red subscribe button down there. I mean, word that red subscribe where it says, you know, subscribe in red. Hit that. Give me a thumbs up or a thumbs down. Either way, you know you're cool with me, right? You give me your comments below. All right. You can share this if you like. And please stay safe, stay calm, and I'll rap to you later. Peace out.